from beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Two teams on opposite ends of the Sunshine State. The Jags and Dolphins are underway. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. They'll run. Here's Ncaa. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa out to his left. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. At about the 32. Now Etienne to start the drive. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's Lawrence. Oh, his first throw of the season is intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. 7-0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. From the end zone, it's Dearness Johnson. And he returns this to the 22. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Lawrence will try again after the pick six. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. Oh, good move. He's on his way. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, 78 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. A run straight ahead with Ncaa. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Met and stopped behind the line there by Ventrell Miller.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Little short pass here to Hill. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Running right, here's Nchaa. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Here's Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking to pass. Tua. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jags are going to have it here just past the 25. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
Running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Screenplay, here's ETN. Pushing his way through. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now Lawrence. ETN bringing in another one. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep and you catch him close to the spot.
This is caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Give him 32 on the play.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
These two teams all tied after one.
Score tied 7-7.
The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Bigsby. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. Lawrence will throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The Miami defense trying to keep them out. They haven't let them in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he's got it. It's Thomas for a Jacksonville touchdown. Brian Thomas, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Tua sets up to pass it. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Tua going to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the 43, here's second and a yard. On play action, here's Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Tua to throw again. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now Lawrence to throw. He'll get this off to Etienne. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Chase Claypool, 45 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. This is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. The slot man in motion right. Lawrence. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job. And Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Tua. Airing it out deep for Smith. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. In motion left, Hill. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Forced out to his left. Open man is Waddle, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
In motion, Hill. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Ncaa. On the move past the 40. Still going. And all the way in for the Miami touchdown. Ncaa, 56 yards. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now Ncaa on 1st and 10. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Motion man is Schwartz.
From the gun, it's Tua. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
21G, 20 TX. Turbo 1, hard. Let's go, hey.
Here's Tua. Buying time to his left.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Throwing now is Ncaa. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Going to the air, Ncaa. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Tua, a final shot before half. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle.
That is incomplete.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Jaguars 14,
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now Lawrence.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive in the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion, and more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and in your
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up second and 20 at the 27-yard line.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Under pressure, they got him again.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now third down and very long.
Tua sets up to pass it. Steps away to his left.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be first and 10 as they take over.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Play action. It's Lawrence. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. After the turnover, it's Tua.
Rolling to his left.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 34 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Do it again.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now 2nd and 3. They'll send Kirk in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
A solid run and maybe then some by ETN. And he's become one of the league's best playmakers over these last couple of seasons, totaling over 1,400 yards from scrimmage in each of the last 2 campaigns.
Lawrence will throw. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let it just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Lawrence to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. Now Lawrence. He'll get that underneath ETN. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Again, it's Lawrence. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And the Jags are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Lawrence. He's got it. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They run for it with Bigsby. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Tank Bigsby taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. So fourth and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, We see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a two-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Here's Smith now to return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They complete it to Hill. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 33-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 1. Looking to pass. Tua. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
20, TX. Turbo 1, hard. 6, baby. Get 6.
Tua going to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. How about that for a call? Leading in the 2nd half, fake punt, but this one's going to work against them.
And, partner, I love a fake punt as much as anyone. In fact, I might love it more than other people, but in this case, probably a step too far because not only does it not work, but look at the field position they gave up after the attempt. Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. In motion goes the tight end. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you to the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone knows to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Little short pass here to Hill. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Up the middle, Ncaa. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Joe Smith. 27 yards. And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Here's Lawrence to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So how about that? You draft him in the first round back in April, hoping he'll make some plays for you. And now look at this. Instant dividends. A pick 6 in his very first NFL game.
Put that ball on the mantle at home, young man.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there.
Back to throw. Lawrence. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Channing Tindall
in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in the block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
3rd and 12.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. ETN bringing in another one. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. And they will take a knee here. And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. And they take a knee.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of the season.
So for Miami, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.